What's going on, everybody? Welcome to We Don't Know Games, your one-stop shop for all the gaming news, brought to you by the We Don't Know Network, or should I say WDK Network. Either way it works. But we're back for the first time in a little while. We're apologizing for our time off. We had to revamp some things. We had to change stuff around. And today we're coming at you hard and fast, just like me in the bedroom.
Ooh,
So
hard and fast.
we're gonna get right into it. Brian, do you mind letting the people know where they can find more We Don't Know Network shows?
Well, what's up, everybody? My name's Brian Davis. I'm the other host of this show. I don't think
Yes.
Jacob said any of that at the beginning of it.
I said Brian, get them, so I assume people know. I'm assuming more people are watching than they are listening. So.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you can check us out on YouTube mainly. We would love for you to check out our YouTube page. Just go to that search bar at the top, type in WDK Network, and we're the first thing that pops up. And you can find all of our shows there. We don't know sports. We don't know games. We don't know movies, which we just revamped, and it's super fun now. The new episode just dropped today, so please go check that out. And
sorry to waste your time.
of course,
it's now on there too.
What'd you say?
Said sorry to waste your time is now.
Oh, and that's what I was just saying. And of course, the newest show to the network, Sorry to Waste Your Time, hosted by Kristen and Z. So you guys go check that out. Those are all great shows. And thanks for the support. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And now, part of We Don't Know Games, I am doing Let's Plays as well. I started off a Shogun 2 Total War campaign as of yesterday. We'll try to put those.
Is that
out.
one of those weird PC games where you click and point?
Yeah, the ones that Brian hates. I make
like little mini people.
Exactly. I make a
like
reference
no
to that
graphic fidelity at all, but yet somehow you'll stare at it for hours.
Extremely beautiful. But we'll be doing more than just strategy games on there. We're going to be putting out all kinds of different content. It depends on what people want to see the most. So if you want to see something in particular, make sure you write in and hit us up on the social networks that we will be posting below in the description.
I'm also going to be start doing a little streaming. I got a little solo streaming project I'm going to be doing soon. Mm-hmm. So please be on the lookout for that. I will make sure everybody knows when that starts. Jacob.
Yes.
I'm assuming we're going to get started because we're going to get in and out of here pretty quick tonight.
Yeah.
But
the only thing I wanted to say was just games that came out recently and are coming out this weekend, but there's not much coming out this weekend. So
before we get to that,
yeah,
I have an announcement. Mostly, it's an announcement for everybody, but the video viewers are going to be able to see it better. But Jacob, I have before you.
Oh shit! It came in.
A brand new blue design Yeti X microphone, top of the line blue microphone. The Yeti X, just got it in the mail today. I'm not using it for this recording because I just got home from work and I wanted to just take it out of the Amazon box as quick as possible.
So it really hurts their marketing if you're using it right now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm excited about this. So, awesome. We don't know family. I will no longer have shitty audio quality anymore. So, I'm a fan of blue microphones.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of blue microphones, and I suggest I recommend them to everybody. Yes. If you're doing any streaming, podcasting, anything like that, anything you need a microphone for, if you're making some music, go ahead and pick you up a blue design microphone. Mm-hmm. That's your free ad for the day.
Yeah. They also sent a very nice microphone over to my friend Matt in San Francisco because he works with them. He works with Logitech, and I think they are now partnered. So
well, I think we should be talking to Matt about a sponsorship with blue microphones. Because I also use a Logitech camera, and I know you do too.
Yes, I do.
So
that's why we look so good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Also got the stand. Also got the desk.
Oh, did you go ahead and get? Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice.
So
yeah, it's fun. You can just pull it into your face.
Yeah. I plan on putting the big black thing as close to my face as much as I can.
I like doing that too. All right, let's go ahead and get into the one little piece of news that we're going to be doing, which is just games that have come out since we last spoke with you and that are going to be coming out this coming weekend. So basically, the big games that came out essentially throughout September, we are going to be just real quick mentioning the Marvel Avengers game, obviously, that came out. It was a bit of a bust, if you ask me, but we do have a couple friends that are playing it, so we'll see if it has improvements. It might be worth picking up in the future, but as of right now, the WDK network stands on not picking it up yet.
No.
NBA 2K21 on current gen consoles was released. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, it got really good reviews. Brian and I have both played it. I enjoyed it immensely.
I own it, and I will be picking up 2K this coming up week as well. So the last two games you just said, I will have.
Nice. And then I believe, Ori and the Will of the Wisps came out on Switch, but that had already been out, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that's really only the big names. Mafia Definitive Edition was released, I believe. Oh, it's coming out tomorrow, actually. And
I have
it's
more.
already gotten good reviews. So
I have a little bit more to say about it once we get into the main topic, but Nintendo, they just like to take up those Xbox titles, don't they?
Yeah,
Just let me have your Xbox titles, and let me just throw them on this portable thing that I got going over here.
And that plays into our main topic of the Xbox Series X versus the PS5. All the madness that has been going on recently.
Are we getting?
Yeah, let's go ahead and just get into the main
that now?
topic. Yeah, let's go ahead and dive into this one.
Okay, so
yeah, hit them with
you said the Xbox versus PS4, and I kind of just you're not wrong. I kind of want to reword it just a little bit. I think we just want to talk about like the aftermath of them announcing their date and price, because it's been a literal shit show for both of the major gaming companies that exist.
Oh yeah.
Since they announced their date and price. Could all of this been avoided if they would have announced the date and price 2 months ago? Probably. It probably would have been better.
Yes.
We wouldn't have any of the issues that we're having right now.
Or if we did, it's something that we wouldn't be freaking out about because we're not so close to the release date.
Mm-hmm. So you want to start Xbox? Because I feel like we're going to talk PlayStation.
Yeah. Real quick, Xbox, the main thing that I told everyone was going to happen, everyone's going to get confused with all the fucking names. There's two different Xbox One X or Xbox X's, and now two Xbox S's. The Series X and the One X, and the Series S and the Series S. How is anyone's grandmother purchasing for Christmas supposed to know what the fuck they're buying?
Nope. And that's always the issue. We're getting around holiday. They release these consoles around holiday time. That's when stupid parents and stupid grandparents have to go in there and ask for a Nintendo when they're looking for a fucking PlayStation 5. Because that's what parents do. They call every gaming console a fucking Nintendo, and they call every game Pokemon for some fucking reason. So
does this one run the Pokemans?
Yeah. So Amazon comes out and said there was like a 700% surge in
750%
Xbox
increase.
One X orders because people were ordering the wrong system, which is also funny to me because people are probably jumping on Amazon like thinking, great, the pre-orders are still available, and they're probably just ordering these.
They're shipping it tomorrow. What?
Yeah. So
and also the cost of the Xbox One X, I'm assuming it's still up there, right? Like it's the current gen.
It's like
it's
the PS4 Pro of Xbox. So I mean, I would assume it's still up there in price.
I'm pulling that up right now. An Xbox One X right now, brand new, on Amazon, is $554.
Okay, so
it's more expensive.
The new console is the Xbox Series X.
Yes, but I'm talking about the One X. So that's still expensive.
Who the fuck works at Microsoft that is naming these fucking systems?
It doesn't make any fucking sense to be doing this. It really doesn't. Like, what on God's green earth made them think it was a good idea to give every box the same fucking name and letter?
I'm not sure. Jacob, I'm going to jump in the future, and then we're going to jump back to the present for a second. Okay?
All right.
We'll also jump back to the future, and it'll be current time when we get to it, but it's the future right now.
I'm excited to go on this ride with you.
PlayStation announces date and price. During the showcase, they say, not during the showcase, right after the showcase, official PlayStation account tweets, pre-orders will be available starting tomorrow at certain retailers.
Mm-hmm.
Within hours of that, same day of the showcase, retailers start releasing pre-orders for the PS5. Turns into a complete fucking shit show. Nobody gets a PS5. There's tons of scalpers out buying a shit ton of them. Hearsay. Blah, 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 blah. All right, Jacob. I'm going to take us... Okay, no, I'm still in the future. Xbox watches this fucking train wreck happen. They watch it happen. They're laughing. Microsoft's in their fucking executive suites. They're laughing their asses off. What do? They put out a snarky little tweet. Hey, we're going to let you guys know when the pre-orders are. Trust me. It's not going to be like it was today. Ha ha ha. Good job, Xbox, Microsoft. Your social media team is great. I'll give you that. Let's jump back to the past, Jacob. Let's jump back to the past to September 23rd, which was yesterday. No. Was it yesterday or was it 22nd?
23rd was yesterday.
No, but what was the release date?
22nd is the one you're thinking of.
Okay, let's jump back to September 22nd, which was 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
All the retail websites have timers. This is when the Xbox pre-orders start. Timers. And you're thinking, okay, hey, they did it right. It's really going to work out for them. And what happens, Jacob? What happens? The same exact complete fucking shit show that happened with Sony happens with Microsoft. Nobody can get Xboxes. All the sites are fucking crashed. There's scalpers buying up tons of them. You can buy I'm not sure about Xboxes. You can buy a PS5 pre-order on fucking eBay right now for like $1,000. Like, what the fuck?
Can you imagine? Now, my question is, does that get you the full cost? Is that just that position on the pre-order, and now you also have to pay for the actual fucking console?
Look, man, I don't know anymore.
People are so fucking skeevy when it comes to this scalping shit, and I hate it so much.
So this Microsoft. So they thought they could beat once again, they thought they could beat Sony at something. Once again, they proved they cannot beat Sony at something.
Yeah.
So what do? Hey, let's announce this fucking massive acquisition that we've just gotten. Xbox buys Bethesda, huge gaming news. Everybody's freaking out. Sony consumers freaking out. How are we going to play our Dooms and our Fallouts and our fucking Elder Scrolls 5 that we've played on every device that literally we own in our house anyway.
But Elder Scrolls 6 is coming, Brian.
So, how at Microsoft, did they do it? Did they finally win? Is this going to be the thing? They're finally going to have the games. Oh, what? Bethesda's entire library is going on Xbox Game Pass? What? It's launched. It's available right now. The whole Bethesda library. What? They did it. They did it. And then what does Bethesda come out and do? Oh no! Your fucking roll. Slow your fucking roll, Microsoft.
We still get paid.
We are gonna have timed exclusives. But we're still going to pretty much launch wherever the fuck we want to launch because you just paid us $7.5 billion, which means we have the leverage. You need us. We don't need you, Microsoft.
That's exactly how I took this.
This is not Sony buying Insomniac. This is not Sony and Insomniac partnering up to make something great. This was Microsoft and Xbox team saying, wow, what the fuck are we going to do? We still don't have any games for this fucking box. Let's buy the biggest development company there is out there and massively overpay for it.
Because it is Microsoft as the overseeing company. So let's not forget, Microsoft, one of the most lucrative companies in the world. PlayStation, obviously owned by Sony. It is a very large company, not quite the size of Microsoft, though.
So, and then again, I'll go back to it. Bethesda then comes out and says, we are still a semi-independent company that makes our own decisions. We will decide what launches on what. Good on you, Bethesda. Good on your fucking business team. Because this Microsoft ship is going to crash. And it's going to crash fucking hard. You know why? Because all their games, we've said on the show before, all the games you can play on a PC, Jacob. I mentioned it
That's my biggest...
earlier. A lot of big Xbox games you can play on the Switch. What are you guys doing in the Xbox building? What is happening? Who is running your decision-making processes here?
It's odd to think about because, like you said...
This is what happens when you give Americans power. Sony, Japanese, they know what... They have a system. They know what the fuck they're doing. It fucking makes sense. The decisions that are made make sense. You got this fucking loser American who runs Xbox and he's just throwing decisions around. He's not fucking thinking nothing through. I just don't get it.
Bill Gates thought he was giving money to the Bill Gates and Linda Foundation. Turns out he just bought Bethesda.
Well,
he's not sure.
I don't even know what the Xbox guy's name is, but he's got the hair.
Phil Spencer.
Yeah, Phil Spencer. He thinks he's Elon Musk. He ain't.
He does act like a counterfeit Elon Musk a bit at times, like trying to act suave and cool. Like he's a cool dude. Like in terms of like the video game world, he is one of the cooler guys for sure.
He's not Yoshida.
Yeah, and he's not Tom Cruise. Let's get this straight. He's not Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
He is facing Mission Impossible though, which is outselling the PS5 in this console war. And I think that the whole point of the Bethesda acquisition is ultimately to keep making Microsoft money off of software sales, because I think Xbox knows they're not going to outsell consoles. They need to focus on keeping that revenue coming because they still make a shit ton of money off Xbox. Let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Sony just makes more money off PS5 than Xbox makes off of, or Microsoft makes off of Xbox. It doesn't mean that Xbox is better or Sony is better in terms of console war. It just means that they're both making plenty of money. They're never going away. Like Xbox is never going to just fold in.
Do you sincerely think when the meetings happened and Xbox was like, we're going to buy you guys, do you, in your heart of hearts, really think that Bethesda was ever going to allow them to restrict what systems
No, I don't think so. I think Bethesda was willing to sign on with Xbox or Microsoft, I mean, because I honestly got to believe that Microsoft came to him and said, we're going to have some exclusives, but those big titles, those still need to be sold on a worldwide scale. Because remember, Xbox not as popular overseas. Xbox is an American console. PlayStation is more of the worldwide console. And I mean, that shows, like, if you talk to, friends from Europe or Japan, anywhere in Asia, minus China because they have their own thing, they're mostly on PlayStation, and that's why their numbers do better. I mean,
China's got the Okama Games feud.
I was gonna do the voice, but that'll come out real racist. I mean, obviously they sell more PlayStations in America than they do in Japan, simply because, I mean, we have more people that are willing to drop the money, and they are bigger on Nintendo over there, actually, believe it or not. But that's neither here nor there. The ultimate issue is there's no way that Bethesda was ever going to not provide Elder Scrolls, Doom, or possibly Doom. I would say Doom would be like the big main one that could go exclusive.
Yeah, I could see Doom being an Xbox exclusive.
But Fallout and Elder Scrolls never stood a chance of going exclusive. I think that Bethesda will develop minor games for Xbox or go on to like help out with like the next Crackdown because it was trash. You know what I mean?
I think we'll get 2 IPs. I think we'll get 2 new IPs from Bethesda that are Xbox exclusives.
And that's though they get the money now from Microsoft to expand and produce more, which is very beneficial. So they can cut their development team in half and have people working on different things. And so for them, it's a huge bonus. Like obviously, $7.8 billion fucking dollars can do a lot of good. But
and to the listeners,
bring in sales.
Jacob aren't stupid. Like, we realized that Xbox bought ZeniMax. They didn't just buy Bethesda, but nobody cares about anything else that has to do with
in the terms of gaming, this is what's important to it. Like, this is what, in terms of the gaming universe, we understand that Bethesda creates these games. And therefore, the notion is to think that these are now going to be exclusive.
Which is just
but
absurd.
It's not. It's like if Sony went out and bought EA, do you really think that FIFA would not be on Xbox next year? And
kind of funny actually brought that question. Does Sony try to buy a company to match the hugeness of Bethesda? Because let's not downplay Bethesda.
Yeah,
Bethesda
they
probably
put out
is the biggest developer in games. They make the games.
I think are they bigger than Ubisoft? I mean, EA's biggest, I think, still. I'm seriously curious. I think they're probably all on the same level.
Logistically and numbers wise, you're probably correct. But I just think Bethesda is like, people know Bethesda games. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know who game developers are. People know what Bethesda games are.
They're a big name. Like Naughty Dog is a big name because they produce such good games. Yeah.
So let's just flip the switch, Jacob. Let's talk about PlayStation. Because they haven't been so smooth either. I mean, we're PlayStation heads. We love PlayStation. We're PlayStation guys.
Everyone that wants a PlayStation is going to get a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A couple months ago, we get a tweet from Sony. Don't worry. It's not going to be difficult to get one. You're going to know in plenty of time when the pre-orders go. You know how much time we had, Jacob, from the time the fucking conference ended until the screen turned black? That's how long we had to know. Because Walmart fucked us. Thank you, Wall family. You fucked us.
Walmart loves fucking over game developers too, because they spoiled a lot of games.
Yeah. So right after Walmart fucks us, opens up their pre-order. Target opens up their pre-order. They fuck us. Best Buy whole fucking website crashed. They can't even handle what's happening right now.
Best Buy's going out of business. They don't know why they're all of a sudden.
GameStop's literal website, when you try to go to GameStop.com, said you are blocked.
Yep.
They put a blocker on the fucking website because people were trying to get on it. Come to find out, I have some insiders in the Best Buy and in the GameStop world. The GameStops locally, to me,
Mm-hmm.
all four of them only had 6 pre-orders for the physical edition and 3 pre-orders for the digital edition in store.
So they got nothing.
No, nobody got anything. Sony fucked us. All right,
That's
Sony fucked us.
crazy. Could you imagine being one of the 9 people that have it in your area? Like,
And they were saying that those people were literally outside of GameStop watching the conference live on their phones, and then walked inside because they had a feeling that
that was going to
that's
happen.
what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, it's probably for the best for my bank account right now that I was spending the day with my parents because they were in town.
I've been prepared for this.
But, I mean,
it was going on the credit card
move. It's such a dick move on their part.
So, I don't want to harp on the pre-order shit. It's a fucking sham. All right, it's a mess. I mean, I don't know how better we could say it. It's a fucking mess.
Yeah,
Let's
and also
Sony.
Nvidia put out the GTX 3080.
Didn't they have a pre-order?
Those pre-orders went up, and then they sold out like within an hour. And I know a lot of streamers were just constantly refreshing the page, waiting for the pre-orders to go live, and
PC nerds.
never got them. So sucks to suck.
For them. Get a console. Get a console and suffer like the rest of us.
Exactly.
I want to talk about Sony's developmental issues a little bit going forward. We've had tons of games pushed already that we thought were going to be launched or very soon at launch. You know what I'm saying? Cyberpunk, Deathloop. We're not going to see those anytime soon. We're now hearing that Miles Morales is getting a PS4 version. So it's like, why did you make it such a hype thing that it was a PS5 game?
They'll have more puddles in the PS5 version, I'm sure.
Yeah, a little more ripples. I think it's the hair. It's Miles' curly.
Have you seen his hair, though?
Yes, I have seen it.
It looks good. Yeah.
So it's like, at right now, when November 12th happens, that's when both consoles launch.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, who has a better lead up? Because I'm not a PlayStation guy, but I can argue that Xbox's lead up might be better. I mean, Sony, you're showing us a new system. You're showing us a bunch of peripherals.
Mm-hmm.
But your main thing is games. Right now, you don't have a game to really be like, look what we have. You know what we do have on launch? We have a PlayStation Plus collection of PS4 games that we can play on your new system.
Yeah.
We can play the new Sackboy game at launch.
And Ratchet & Clank, is that going to be a launch game?
No, I don't think that's a launch game.
2021, isn't it?
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn, that is
2021.
It's 2021 as well.
They announced God of War 2 for 2021, but that's not coming out till 2022.
Yeah, we all know that.
Real.
Let me see real quick. Launch title.
Right now, all PlayStation is offering me, Jacob Wolf, is buy these PS4 versions for $100, so then you can play them on the PS5 when we eventually get you one.
Mm-hmm. So
that's not enticing to me. I'm more enticed right now to buy an Xbox Series S, the cheaper version, than to fucking pull my hair out and mope and groan and complain that I can't find a PS5 anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just don't see myself going over to Xbox simply because I do have a powerful PC. I would never do that. But
they are enticing me. Like, I understand why.
Mm-hmm. Why
right now, just to the build up, I can understand why Xbox could have the slight lead.
Yeah, they're gonna get the people that just want the new thing and don't care, which new thing it is.
And being an American company, I'm not really sure where the actual system is built, but being an American company, I feel like they're gonna have more systems available quicker than Sony's gonna be able to produce. Or not be able to produce PS5s, but to get them over here.
Well, actually, I mean, if they're being produced in America, though, coronavirus still is fucking up American factories. And over in Japan, where they produce Sony's, the PlayStation 5, I think they have a bit of an edge in that regards.
And I forgot, we're also getting Demon Souls at launch.
Yeah, that's what
Demon Souls is a PlayStation 1 game. Mm-hmm. Granted, it's a complete
remaster,
rebuild.
rehaul,
it's a remake, but What are you doing, guys?
So
where's Horizon 2 at launch? Why did we not have Horizon 2 at launch?
The PS5 launch games are Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Astro's Playroom, Demon Souls, Destruction All-Stars, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, Fortnite, Godfall, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Observer System Redux, and Sackboy A Big Adventure.
4 of those games you can play on the PlayStation 4 right now.
Exactly. Fortnite, I don't know if that really needs to go into the launch games because, I mean...
Well, they're making it a big deal. Yeah, but they're making it a huge deal.
They're making a big deal about it. Yeah. Astro's Playroom, I don't know why. Hopefully they're not counting on this one too much. I think
that's knack. That's the knack of the PS5.
Yeah, they have to have something for the little kids. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that's going to be on both Xbox and PlayStation. Pretty much the only exclusive on here that or exclusives that are new are going to be that Godfall and Miles Morales. If you ask me,
Godfall does not look that great. Seeing it, first impressions. And Miles Morales, you can play on the PS4. And honestly, why would I not play Miles on my PS4 when my game data for Spider-Man is not even going to be able to be transferred to my PS5. Sony announced that today. Your game save data from your PS4 Spider-Man will not go to your PS5. Why am I playing Miles Morales on the PS5 besides aesthetics?
Well, it's a different. It doesn't tie in, does it?
I think it does.
I mean, like
I think it will.
Does it change gameplay at all? Like to have. I assume the story would tie in, but I didn't think the gameplay would be affected.
I just don't know. Nobody knows.
Godfall to be reminds me of...
Insomniac won't tell us. Sony won't tell us.
But so Godfall kind of reminds me of Rise of Son of Rome. Remember when that came out for Xbox? Everyone was like, "Oh, it looks great, looks cool, really graphically, great graphic fidelity." That's what it reminds me of. It just looks like it doesn't really have the teeth that's going to need to catch on. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's amazing.
These games are going to look beautiful. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they're going to look good, but it doesn't mean they're going to play good.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you said, the PlayStation Plus collection, I think that is going to be the biggest get for anyone that gets the PS5 because, I mean, playing the Arkham Knight on PS5 looks better.
I'll never play that game again.
You
couldn't pay me to play that game again.
New God of War, though, I mean, that's going to look amazing on PS5. So, so on and so forth. Everything's going to be at 120.
But Jacob, they're not up-res.
No, but that's what I'm saying is that it doesn't make a big enough difference to buy the console.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's ultimately what I was getting at. It's like, yeah, it's cool to have these games to play on it if you don't already have a PS4. It seems to me like that's what they're going. They're reaching out to the Xbox stands that did not have a PS4. Like, hey, if you get this and you just get our online service, you get all of the best games that you missed out on last year.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's for.
It's not a bad move. It's just
here's some time filler.
It's not enough to get me to go further in debt on my credit card for a PS5 right now.
Here is some filler until we can finish shading the rocks on Horizon 2.
Exactly.
Play these.
Yeah. I mean, close to or around launch, we have some bigger titles. Obviously, Call of Duty is going to be coming to both. You got your Madden, your FIFA, your NBA 2K, but then Ratchet and Clank will be coming out closer around the launch window at least.
That'll be the first game where we see what the system is made of.
Exactly. That's the first game that's going to show off that SSD. And I think after that, the big get is going to be Horizon.
I
think that's
which I'm so excited for.
Yeah,
so excited for that.
Like I think I'm going to wait to buy a PS5 until Horizon comes out. Honestly, because I just don't think I can justify the money right now with the game lineup.
I've never kind of been in a financial situation where I can kind of splurge on a luxury item like this. So I am doing everything that I can to secure a pre-order, but I'm kind of out of the mind state that I need one right now because again, Sony is not giving me anything to say you need this right now. Do I want one at launch? Absolutely. I would be the happiest lad in the land if on November 12th I was opening my PlayStation 5 box.
Yeah.
But what am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with it? Play 15 hours of Miles Morales and then be done? Because the game's not it's not a 30-hour game. They've already told us that.
Yeah, they already said it's a individual story, but it is smaller.
Mm-hmm.
which I'm fine with a shorter story. Don't get me wrong. Like that does not bother me.
No.
A lot of people do get bothered by that. I prefer
No.
a more
I think
compact
a lot of
kind
games are
story.
too long
Yeah,
at times.
like
The
fuck's
Last
sake.
of Us 2 is too
When people
long.
got upset that Valhalla is going to be smaller than Odyssey, took 14 hours to get to the fucking credit opening screen in
Yeah.
Odyssey.
I'm just
Fuck
not a fan
off.
of Assassin. I'm just not a fan of Assassin's Creed games. I mean, I'm just not.
Yeah, I would like to try Valhalla, but I'm not a huge fan of them either. I just like the open worldness of it. It's a good escape, but I don't think I've ever finished an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
I don't plan to.
So
either.
Jacob,
Yeah.
let's just wrap it up here. In
Yeah.
conclusion, here. I mean, what do you think?
Who's
doing it right? Who's doing it right? Whose build up is correct?
Honestly, neither of them. No one did a good job. And don't get me wrong, COVID-19, 2020. This is a shit year. It was a very difficult year for them to market around this.
That's not an excuse for a late release date.
That's what I'm getting at. That's ultimately what I was going to say. Is
Yeah.
it feels like they were kind of playing chicken with the train a little bit too long, and they lost a leg.
Mm-hmm. They both lost.
Yeah, and
they
now
were both waiting for the other to make a move, and ultimately it fucked them both.
And now people like me who had been extremely excited, fervent about getting the PS5, I am now comfortable with waiting until next year to purchase this thing. Mm-hmm. I think they lost.
I agree, man.
Both.
I don't think either one of them are doing the correct thing. Sure, the world's tough right now, but this is the 5th generation of a major console that both of you have had. Mm-hmm. Come on, guys. You know what we want. You know when we want it. And you're just not delivering. You're not convincing us that the next gen of gaming is now.
Yeah. I have no reason to believe right now that this is a vast improvement.
Yeah.
On what we've had.
No.
And maybe when the PS5 releases, we can watch some gameplay from like streamers, more YouTube videos come up, and we can actually see more as opposed to theatrical trailers. I'm just not seeing it right now. It looks the same. I guess maybe I need to watch videos on my 4K TV of it as opposed to on my 1080 computer screen. I just don't see where the difference comes in. And ultimately,
that being said, I'm a PlayStation guy. I'm gonna try to get one. I'm gonna get one as quick as I can. I can't see the appeal of an Xbox Series X right now.
Yes.
It's more powerful. They just bought the biggest gaming, like one of the biggest gaming studios there is. It looks like they want to make right on their wrongs.
Yeah. And they've been making a lot of moves in the last month or two, it seems like.
I just have to have it in my soul to believe that Sony is going to do what Sony does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I ultimately believe that, 1 or 2 years into the console, that, PS5 is going to be the clear favorite. Why would you even have an Xbox?
You think the PS5 is going to have a PS3 effect, where the PS3 was getting murdered at the beginning of its life cycle, but towards the tail end of it, people started to realize, okay, this is probably the better system.
Yeah, I don't think I think it's actually going to be a little bit quicker than the PS3. I just think that PS5, its only issue at launch is going to be that there's not enough consoles to go around. And I think,
and it was $600.
Yeah, but I think by the end of the fiscal quarter, which I believe for them is in March. Yeah, at least it is for Xbox. I think by the end of the first fiscal quarter, PS5 is going to be ahead.
Isn't it so crazy that back in 2013 they had to charge us $200 essentially for a Blu-ray drive, and now 7 years later, that's just part of the game,
It's like, could you imagine if it did? And now, actually, they don't even need to have the disc drive.
You don't need to have it. Yeah. You don't have to have it. Yeah.
Like, the only reason I would get a disc drive is if they confirm that I can plug in a PlayStation 2 game into that disc drive.
Are you getting the digital PS5?
Like I said, it depends. I would have to think about it because honestly, they came out and said that if you download Miles Morales and Valhalla on the first day,
20% of your
hard drive already. And that's without apps. That's without, downloading
patches or updates.
Yeah, exactly. It's without, even, what is that? Like, it's 2 games, 20%. So it's nothing. It's literally nothing, basically, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And you don't even, like I said, you don't even have any of the apps downloaded yet. So I think it's a bit sus. as the kids would say.
As the kids would say. All right, Jake, you want to get out of here, man?
Yeah, I think that's all we got today. Thanks
Okay.
everyone for tuning in. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button on any of the platforms you are watching and or listening to. Make sure you are on the lookout for our future content. Make sure you go out there and buy a Blue Yeti microphone as well if you are into content creation. And that'll do it for us, guys. Talk to you guys later. Peace.
Peace.